I'm going to record this video sideways because it's much easier to look at all the cards and still be able to hold this. Can't use my phone like usual. Here for my May 2020 reading, and it's sticking to the similar style that I've been reading for myself monthly. I feel like I deleted the April video by accident. I was looking at it, or looking for it, and couldn't find it. So, yeah, I think I recorded it on this device and forgot to upload it and deleted it. So, this is going to be here from the Witch's Wisdom, messages from my spirit allies, higher self, spirit guides. Here from the Wild Unknown, it's what I'm embracing and taking with me into the month. This is for May 2020. Here with the Wild Unknown, Hermetic Tarot, it's going to be what I'm releasing and leaving behind for May 2020. And up top, it's going to be the unexpected and unforeseen for May 2020. Oops, there goes my fat little finger. Let's see how I can hold this. Yeah, there we go. I read with this arm. Either arm is going to get tired here. Okay, so here we go. So messages from my higher self, spirit guides, spirit allies. Nice. So I like this because I do remember some of my other readings that I've had for the few months, and I know one of them was coming still like under the surface, like under the frost in hibernation mode. So here it says Imbolc Awakening and Broomstick Clearance. So what I'm getting immediately from the cards and the messages from the spirit guides is that there's now the chance of a blossoming coming in May. May is about the blossoming, just like the flowers bloom in May. April showers bring May flowers. It's a awakening. It's shaking off the dust. It's clearing off the cobwebs. It's clearing off anything, that's still stuck, a little energy that still needs to be washed away or swept away. And it's doesn't have to be abrupt. The awakening needs to be like a soft entrance, like coming out of the grass, the softness of a grass surface versus a cement surface. There doesn't need to be any kind of pressure here. I'm seeing just, coming in, brushing smoothly in, all right? And it's clearing the way for this growth, right? For these Mayflowers to grow. And I'm seeing the symbolism here in the sheep and the lambs that I see here. I actually flipped the other day, probably yesterday or the day before. I just went to my mystical animals book that I have. I have 2 mystical beast animal books, and the first one I chose, of course, my kindred, the aquatic animals and mermaids and things like that, those kind of mystical creatures and beasts, and the kraken. And then the second one, though, was these little sheeps and lambs that grew off of stalks, and they were tied to this stalk for for their lifespan. So they'd be tied to this stalk, and only able to graze around the grass around where it was, and then it would wither and die once it was fed upon the grass around its little area, the little stalk. So I'm also feeling be gentle, because there's always this cycle of awakening and clearing, right? Just like this little sheep, it's awakening, it awakens from its stalk, it grows into a little lamb. Its life is led eating nourishment around where it was born, and then it just goes to sleep, dies off. So there's always this awakening, there's always this growing period, and then going into the cycle. But getting back to this, so this is what's coming in May, but it's also a reminder going forward that the cycle always needs to be gentle as to what you're clearing off. When you are clearing things, you do not need to surgically remove them. You just need to clear them. A broom, brushing against the surface versus a shovel scraping against the surface is very different. So treat these periods of awakening with kindness. Treat what you are brushing off with kindness and what you are clearing with a gentle hand. All right? So, moving right into what I am embracing and taking with me into May 2020. So I am embracing and taking with me the Daughter of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. And I'm also taking, let me see, 5, 6, the Six of Swords. Okay. So what I'm taking with me on this journey is an attitude of like wanting like your life, or wanting to have like a zest for life. I feel like, you know, like how much art is that part of you right now that seeks all these journeys and answers, and you know, how much effort is that person actually putting into those wants, and those wants of effort, and those explorations that we, you know, do to ourselves. We explore the world with our minds and with our will, and we wonder what could be. Like, are you striving enough for that? So I'm feeling like you need to embrace the movement, because this alone, this spark of expression alone is not going to get you anywhere, because it's the very beginning. It's what already infinitely exists within you. So this pattern of always coming to a point, back to the same point of the spark, right? It's like you're always going to get there. You're always going to get there. So you have to do more than just get there. You have to expand outward, right? You have to expand. Oh my God, that's like the jaws of the snake. You have to expand outwards, right? Expand your horizons. Check out that rainbow on the horizons. It's overwhelmingly contrasting to the darkness of these six swords down here. You know what I mean? So in a sense, it's like laying down your arms and coming in, man. Just, you're like, okay, I'm always here. I'm always here. And I feel like I have to battle for this type of energy. You feel like you have to constantly strive towards being um this at this point of the production, or at this point of the starting of the spell, or you feel like you have to always be in the fourth step, which is the ignition, the spark. So no, not true. Let yourself be moved away from um let me see, let yourself okay, let me start over. Okay, let me think about this, because this is what I'm embracing. Yes. Yeah, so be let yourself not focus so much on this, because this is what you're embracing. Like, embrace that this Page of Wands is already in your back pocket, because what needs to be added to this is the movement towards reaching higher now, like going elsewhere with this energy. You're needing to push this energy outward, like in movement, in flow, upwards and out. So the embracing of Page of Wands, Daughter of Wands energy, but also like pushing the ceiling, right? Pushing the envelope, pushing these ideas outward, not just keeping them in a circular, not keeping them in a loop. It's an awakening, you're awakening, and you're gonna open up. You're gonna open up to this movement, to this something, this to the manifestation of these ideas, to the manifestations of these wills of yours. So, moving on, right here we go. This is what is falling behind and being released for May 2020. Though the magician is falling behind. Okay, the jack of all trades here, the magus of power, the magus of power, the magus. And the hermit, oh my god, the magus of the voice of light. Okay, so falling away here, the magician and the hermit, two very powerful cards in combination with one another, as well as at the very beginning, right? At the beginning stages of the major arcana, we have the magician right after the fool, and you know the hermit few blocks down, but powerful archetypes to be letting go of in May of 2020. And so what I'm hearing immediately is to shrug off this cloak, to uncloak yourself. And in both, I see the metaphor uncloaking oneself to reveal what's underneath. A magician's power comes from what is not seen to the naked eye. A magician does not doubt. There is nothing about doubting here. There's nothing about the magician knows, right? He is concealed with his cloak. The hermit is concealed with his cloak, and he knows. He is always in a state of enlightenment and knowing. But releasing and what's falling behind is now to reveal oneself, to reveal this mask, to reveal what's underneath, what's hidden under the surface. And it's perfect again because with the Imbolc and awakening, it's opening up, right? It's being vulnerable. It's taking everything underneath the surface, as powerful as it is, as knowledgeable as it is, as everything as it is, and revealing it now, moving into this stage of vulnerability where you're able to maybe you're clearing out, the fear, trying to be gentle enough to allow yourself to even blossom. So take the chance of releasing and letting this fall behind, letting yourself now come into the light and letting yourself be seen, because the ideas that are flowing underneath the surface that have yet to be revealed, right? That have yet to be revealed to now the naked eye instead of the subconscious mind or the eternal soul. And now it's needing to be higher. And it's crazy. It's like there's something higher than the magician and the hermit. I mean, these are pretty. I love these cards. They're very symbolic and significant, and they're packed. They're powerhouse cards. But suggesting that reach higher than they have reached. Let go of the secrecy, let go of the needing to keep things to oneself, and actually just let these ideas explode, let these things just flow outward, and trust. Got cut out. And trust that things are going to be okay, that if you're gentle enough in the process of it all, of what is being released and what is being allowed, that everything's going to be okay because you're allowing this clearing out. this is definitely needing to be a gentle process. You don't just peel the cloak off of the hermit's eyes, because you don't want to blind this man who's been living and breathing in the shade. And this magician, you don't just peel back his robes and expose all his secrets and tell him, hey, enjoy yourself. No. Okay, whoops, that happened one more time. Yeah, he's gonna, so like I was saying, he's gonna want to shrink away. So the process of stepping into something greater, releasing what has been thought to be, what actually not what has been thought, but what has worked, what has been working for me thus far, this gaining, but now it's moving into something different. It's allowing this infinite cycle that will always be a part of who I am. These archetypes are a part of who we are as a collective for humans, right? As a collective for us all who read these cards, and that these cards mean so much to us. But anyway, this, it's knowing that this will always infinitely exist within, and to allow it to now come outward. There's always the sensation, right? This cycle, this very much can fit into the cycle here of the figure eight or circular, whatever you call it, of coming in and releasing, knowing when you've had enough of something, to know when to go outward instead now, movement outward instead of this innerness and things like that, right? All right, that's cool. So releasing, be gentle. Now this is what the unexpected and unforeseen is for May 2020. This one flipped right out, like most of these cards always just flip right out. I trust it. Oh, it says time for a nap. Okay, very strange, very strange. Time for a nap. This is the unexpected and unforeseen. Time for a nap. What the fuck does this mean when the whole spread literally has been about not taking a nap? It says time for a nap. First thing I'm going to say here, it's probably here because there's always a pause, okay? I think there's always a pause. Time for a nap. I think there's gonna be something that's gonna test me into whether or not I'm going to allow sleep and not allow the expression to grow. There's a little sense here because it's going to be a little hiccup, probably a period of no movement where it seems like things are not moving upwards or things are not awakening. And it's a test. Now I'm going to pull another card because I need to. And I'm going to pause this and see what comes out. Okay. So I'm like, why are you here? And this was the bottom of the deck here. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, why is time for a nap here? Because that's the unexpected and unforeseen. And this spread has been talking about an awakening period coming in May. And of course, there's clearing. There's clearing still needed. So a time for a nap. What does it mean here? Okay, building blocks. Awesome. So the time for a nap is showing me then that not to forget the aim, where the aim is headed. Okay, the aim is headed towards creating something now, right? movement. So doing something with these ideas, okay? And letting it all come out. Just bearing your soul. No longer in hiding, no longer reflective, no longer just doing tricks and showing bits of power here and there for the hell of it. No, it's showing everything you have now, right? So when I have these chances to slow down again in this process, when I'm at the, at the dawn or the dusk, what is it? No, when I'm at the dusk of where I'm headed, when I'm, moving day and night, right? Always changing, sun and moon, sun and moon. So when times of my energy comes to the lower part, the dusk, it's time to remember again the structures as to what I'm actually building. It's the checkmate here. It's the not the checkmate. Jesus, I don't even know what the hell that means because I don't play chess. But it's the it's the checking of the list. It's like, okay, hold on, we've been building this, we've been doing this. Time for a nap came. There's a period here where I could think and be like, oh my god, time for a nap, everything is being destroyed. Or I can be like, no, let's just check everything, let's check the list, let's make sure. Oh, okay, whoa, what, am I lacking here? Or am I good? Alright, check that off, check it, and start, boom. Build something gradually. Know when it's time to, when that break comes, when that feeling of needing to rest comes, take the rest and think upon what it is you're building, what it is you're trying to manifest outward, what it is you're trying to show, And of course, make sure that what you're showing is at its utmost potential. Do not forget, everything at its utmost potential, naked for the eye to see, vulnerable, out there. I don't care, we don't care, we care, but just straight up out there, moving, grooving, shaking off what don't work, brushing off what don't work, no fucking harshness, no surgical removals, just going with the flow, flowing, alright? Taking all that knowing, all that work of the soul and spirit that you've done and doing something with it, moving, grooving, right? Knowing that when times for a nap come, when times of stillness come, it's to think about what you're doing and what you're building upon, making sure that the levels, the gradual foundation and gradient of materials and things that have been built upon are level, are steady, and are checked, double checked. Okay? And that's it. Alright, thanks. See you later. Bye.